Hey everybody, Adrian here again. Just wanted to remind you that this Friday's episode that you're about to listen to is not one of our normal review discussion episodes because Zach and Jeff and I did not record this week because Jeff and I were sick, and so instead we are releasing some very old content from over a year ago where we talked a little bit about some of the early modules of Time Stories. So this episode is going to be a discussion about Module 2, the Marcy Case. Enjoy!
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Mile High Game Guys Play Time Stories edition. We're going to do Marcy Case on this one. We have myself, Adrian.
I'm still Zach.
I'm always Jeff.
And Megan.
And yeah, so we're going to talk about Marcy Case, the second module in Time Stories. Hopefully you've listened to our review of Asylum, and in case you haven't, this is also full of spoilers. So if you are interested in playing Time Stories, Marcy Case without spoilers, turn this off now and come back after you've played. So in the first one, we talked a little bit about how Time Stories overall plays. So we're going to jump right into the specifics of Marcy Case. Zach, you want to give us a little background on Marcy Case, since it is your game?
Right, so this one takes place in the 90s, or 92 of NT.
Normal time,
and...
Or whatever.
Yeah.
We've decided it's normal time. For us, it is normal time.
Yes. And so basically, we are going... You take one of 4 different characters for this one, and
Only 4.
Only 4 this time.
This one was only 4.
8 or 10. You can
Yes.
No, yep. This was, which we'll get to. That was one of my complaints that we'll get to in a second.
Yes.
But,
and I actually have something to talk about that when we get towards the final end thing about figuring out who Marcy is.
yes.
But this one, we're just going to go find, like, our one goal in this one is find who Marcy is and get her out of the city. And the reason why is because there's a zombie attack going on, and there's zombies running over the entire city.
Mini zombie apocalypse.
Yes.
Yep. Localized.
Yes.
Marcy's been kidnapped.
Yep.
And we must rescue her.
And so there's 4 different girls, right? There's 4.
But yeah, I think you're fine for that.
But you don't know.
You don't know.
You
don't know in the beginning, but there's 4 different girls.
Picture of her as a child.
Yes. You have a picture of her as a child, and then there are 4 girls who are white, reddish hair, and roughly about the same age, and you have to figure out which one is the right through context clues and nudie mags. Yes.
Did that one really come into play?
That's what helped it for me.
I feel like that was like one of our
red herrings.
That was like our final, like, well, these 3 numbers are in it, so let's choose her.
That is what chose it for me.
I think that was double.
It probably
I think it was way better than her hair is parted on this side.
Well, I said that was me, and it was also work too.
You were both trying to figure out which one she looked like.
Because we had nothing else to go on. We're jumping way ahead.
Extremely. Okay. All right. So first of all, the art style. As you can tell, this is noticeably different from the first one because it's actually made by a different designer.
Different
artist. Super cool. Well, yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah. Designers are surprised.
I know.
So the art is different. I think that, and this is something I've noticed across all 3 of them. I'd be curious to look up like the artists and what they've done for other art, because it seems like they really nailed their respective genres. Because the first 3 cases all fall into kind of vaguely the same genre. Like the first one's kind of a not murder mystery, but kind of a mystery kind of thing. And I feel the art really sets the theme, matches the theme for that one. This one, the zombie apocalypse, I think the art matched the theme. And then for the third one, which we'll get to, that's kind of a medieval one, again, the artwork really matches that theme. So I'd be curious to see what the artist's previous work has been. But,
and
probably won't do that.
We couldn't go back before Marcy was kidnapped and save her then, because she needed to be kidnapped because she has an importance in the future
that we don't know what it is.
And her importance and personality is shaped by being kidnapped.
Yes.
To be a leader in the future in some fashion.
Apparently, yes.
So we have to save her during the zombie apocalypse.
Kind of a Kyle Reese situation here.
Absolutely.
Terminator.
Yes.
So we get dumped in the middle of the city entrance.
Yeah,
city streets.
your very first run through, you start right in the city entrance, and there is immediate zombies
and new mechanics.
Yeah, and so this one added a couple new mechanics. One was the exclamation point on the location card that basically said somebody had to go here. And it makes sense because for this one it was zombies are attacking you guys, so somebody has to go deal with it.
Yep.
And there was also one that was a trash can that's if you don't go there immediately, it gets discarded. For this one it made sense because the zombie was going after a dude. If we didn't try and stop it, he would have ate the dude.
Yep.
Or I guess it was a female zombie. So
yeah,
she would have
ate the dude. But anyway, it also introduced ranged combat. I don't believe that was present at all in the first one.
No,
not really.
It wasn't.
We had a pistol, but never really...
Got to use it as a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can use it in your zone.
Yes.
So this one let you attack in neighboring zones if you were certain characters. Like I said, there were only 4 characters, which I felt was one of the things I liked in the first module in Asylum was that you could play through and you could encounter a couple of things and you'd be like, well, you know what, it'd be really great if instead I had this guy who was better at melee combat for these encounters. And so you could kind of tailor the subsequent run-throughs to what you came across.
Right.
This one, if you're playing with only 2 people, you could do that because you had 4 characters, so you could mix it up. But we play with 4, so we were stuck with the same 4 characters every time. So that I missed having other options.
So I think the reason why is just because this did feel a lot more. So the Asylum characters just felt like they were there.
Yes.
And so there's these 8 ones, and then they just all of a sudden we have to go just sort of explore and figure out what's going on. Whereas this one, especially I know because a couple of them, one of them was actually hired by Marcy's parents to find Marcy.
Yes.
Which actually was one reason why you could know that she's not an orphan.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. But a lot of these characters just felt a lot more focused. Of these are people that were going to that location, and so I could.
So they had to be the best of the best.
Yeah.
And
a reporter. But
and
so it was like an FBI guy,
a guy, a bodyguard. A
FBI guy's friend?
Yes.
Who was the ex-combat Marine guy.
Yes, and then the reporter.
Which the reporter makes sense, like a town went black out and there were reports of attacks, so the reporter's checking it out. The bodyguard was hired to find Marcy, so he's there. Never really understood why the other 2 guys were there.
Because he asked them for the friend, and then, I don't know.
The FBI guy brought the Marine because he was friend.
Which I guess maybe the FBI guy was investigating shit too.
Marcy.
Yeah.
Oh, was he also investigating Marcy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
That's
so.
what I was thinking.
Sure.
Yes. And so the characters really didn't feel that much different. Like, the reporter was good at searching for things, but everyone else was just like, there was like 2 range guys and then a melee guy, and then the reporter was just sort of, don't attack that much.
Yeah.
No, but she was really good at finding things.
She was, yes.
And so that was her.
It was.
That was her special goal, is finding things, which was quite important.
Yes. So basically, everybody keep the zombies off the reporter while the reporter finds stuff.
Now I will say,
definitely had more locations that you could understand.
Yes.
But there was definitely more of a conspiracy that you found.
Yeah. Like Resident Evil.
It's kind of where I thought it was going.
Yeah.
At first.
I mean,
but it never really revealed.
It didn't flesh it out. It kind of ended up that way, but it wasn't fleshed out.
I mean, I could buy it in the sense that it wasn't important to the story.
Yeah.
The story was finding her.
There was a lot of crazy, like, more than zombie monsters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like abomination things.
Big
fatties.
Big, huge
snake monsters.
Yes. Yeah. So again, kind of a Resident Evil vibe, where like different viruses that affect things different.
Which was never revealed.
Yeah.
Nope.
Just evil labs and bunkers.
Yep, random 5-star hotel in the middle of a small podunk town. That was where things happened.
Yeah.
So I will say, I really liked how much of an emphasis this one had on the allies.
Yes.
That the other one did not. Because there was one ally in Asylum. But you start off the city entrance, there's an ally right there that you're like, who do we take him? The convict guy. And I really liked that either way, if you visited 2 locations with him, one, he just stole all your ammo and ran away. The other one, he turned into a zombie and bit you.
Yep. Yeah. So he was good. He worked great for us the first round because we didn't go to either of those locations.
Yes.
So he was just an extra character who could fight and do things and be useful.
Indeed.
But then once you go to those other locations, you don't have a choice. If you have him, you have to go to his encounter, and he turns on it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So.
Because on the first time, we never ran into any of the locations. And the second time, we didn't have him, and then we saw one area where we needed him. And so we're like, all right, let's go get him and go here. And then he stole our ammo and left.
Yes.
And then as we were playing through, we saw another card that had his symbol on it.
Yep.
We're like, oh, this must be the good one. And it wasn't.
It was the worst one.
Then
Yeah.
he bit us,
worse.
and then I was infected.
Yes.
Which luckily that episode was the one that run through the time was the one where we immediately found the cure. So Megan did not have to worry about dying from the infection because the infection is brutal.
Yeah.
Like you get so you place the marker every 5 spaces or on every multiple of 5.
Every time you find an infected.
Yeah.
You put one on there,
and once you hit that marker, you have to distribute all of the infection tokens on it to infected characters. And so you have to distribute like 4 or 5, and if you get 2, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
2 on the same person, and they're dead.
So, but we found the cure, and so we saved everybody.
Yeah.
And which was very important towards the end.
Because the worst part is these girls are all infected.
Yep.
And you don't know which one is Marcy, and so you want to keep them alive because you want to know who's Marcy, and you don't want Marcy to die.
Because as you explore, you just find girls, and you don't know.
And I really did think that it was supposed to be like at the end, if we say like we're trying to save as many people as possible. And so I know we were finding these clues. Yeah, we were finding these clues that are like, this one was, we tried her 5 months ago and it didn't work, or this one's too old, and so we were trying to find out the mystery of which one was the right one.
Mm-hmm.
Set tapes aren't.
I did definitely feel like I agree. Like I thought that there would be at some point benefits for having more saved than not, and there wasn't.
I mean, there was in the sense that if we didn't get the one from Forrest, Forest, which was actually
there was
Marcy.
in the sense that because we had all of them, we were sure to have Marcy in our group.
Yes.
So there was that.
Yep.
The river, I think, because there was multiple
giant red herring.
There was 2 endings.
Yeah.
2 places you could start the ending.
Oh yes.
The hotel, helipad, and then a military base at the end of the river.
Yep.
And we kept running into these.
We went to the river
without
twice and wasted a bunch of time.
Yep, without knowing what was at the end. Because you needed to go to the bunker, which had a cool puzzle.
It did.
That you had
The bunker had the coolest puzzle.
And then especially when you found, because we had the scientist that died immediately, and then when we went to the bunker, we're like, hey, there's that symbol. He probably knows how to get in here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we brought him, he was just like, oh yeah, I mean, I know these 2 aren't the right passwords. I'm like, oh, okay, well, now it's 3, and then we had the note saying the 2 not, and so like, oh, sweet, we know what's the right one. And then we went inside, and it's like, oh, fuck, there's a cure. Everyone's good now.
Yeah, which was very useful.
Yeah.
During that run, we ended up with the scientist alive and 4 girls.
Well,
he was useful at the end.
We didn't end with the scientist alive, but we did
we did not, because we found a lot of cool stuff.
Yes.
What other locations were there before we get to the finale?
There's the school.
Police station.
The school that had survivors.
Yep.
Yes.
And the fishermen with some gasoline.
Yeah,
and those helped you on the river.
Which was totally useless.
It was basically you either went to the hotel or you went, like the river.
Unless you complete the bunker.
Exactly. And then the police station.
Police station.
Well, so the initial ones you start with the entrance.
Yes.
Then there's the police station, the school, and the hotel, and the forest, and the river. So there was like 6 locations you could go to from the start.
Yes.
And it's a little easier in this one because it's modern, so you can kind of tell what's what. And you're not in Asylum and an infirmary.
Yeah.
You're sort of around a modern city.
Yeah. So things make a little bit more sense. Some things don't make a lot of sense, like why the gun case in the police station, which on the art shows a bunch of long rifles, like hunting rifles and stuff, has just a Gatling gun.
Hey, that was an awesome Gatling.
It was fantastic. I loved it.
Noise, another mechanic.
Yeah, I was going to mention that too. That was the new one that they added.
Which really fit the theme of the zombie apocalypse, where if you made a lot of noise, you might have to deal with a zombie horde when you went outside again.
Or you might not.
Yeah.
Or you might not.
Depends on how much noise you make.
Yeah. Well, it was definitely.
How lucky you get.
Well, the first time we did it, because it's when you hit 5 noise, the actual reveal of the card. The first time we were like, oh, we hit 5 noise. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just do. We had like 14 noise on something, and then we revealed the card, and the 9 plus 1 was everyone loses like a combined total of 5 health, and we're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, and we thought it was just like, oh, if you get over 5, you reveal the card and you resolve it. Well, then each card had like, if you were like 5 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 or more.
Exactly.
Yeah. Something like that.
Kung Fu Master.
Oh, that was yeah.
Random zombies that somehow retained abilities from their former life.
There was a former wrestler too that was pretty beefy too.
Yeah. So,
they all had cool things like in the police station you could shoot the girl's handcuffs off or try and just find the key to get them.
Yeah.
Yes. Or the axe. Axe to break it.
Yeah.
Gun would add noise to it.
Yep, same thing in the river with the boat that was tied up. You couldn't untie the knot. You either had to chop it with an axe or shoot it with a gun.
Yeah.
It was a really good knot.
Yeah. Yeah. And then how like some of the girls would scream and they'd add noises to them. We're like, oh god damn it. And then another person has to come to read it and she'd be like, scream even more. We're like, shut up.
I think and there was police station, med kits were a little easier to find, a little easier to heal, trade good.
Yeah. We actually were worried about losing health in this one.
Yes, much more.
Some of those zombies were fucked up.
Because in this one, so in the first one you had health and you could lose health.
Yeah.
But I never felt in danger of dying really in the first one.
The only time we did, well, that's also because we were playing wrong too. So.
Yeah, we were.
What were we playing wrong?
It was that when you're doing combat.
Yeah.
If you don't attack somebody, you just lose a life.
I thought that was only if they had the life symbol.
No. That's an additional life. But this one, it was just like because Jeff's character was like the beefy guy that would fight things, and you were
like huddle behind him.
Yeah, because we were like we each had like one melee, and we're just like, oh, if we roll this, we're gonna die. So we're just not gonna do anything. And we should have been attacking or losing health. So we corrected that in this one. Yeah. And then there's a lot of combat in this one, and eventually we made it towards the end, and that's when I definitely when you got up to the helicopter or the helicopter pad,
the hotel.
Yes, and you had that chain of events.
Don't take the stairs.
Oh, that's what I loved. It was like the elevator. I first walked in there, I'm like, oh god, it's an elevator. It's gonna crash, and I'm gonna take damage. And no, it's just you hit 8.
Totally fine. Ding. Stairs. Destroy. Don't take the stairs.
Yeah. So and then we get to the top of the building finally.
Yep.
At the end.
A whole new event.
Yes.
A chain of events.
Super cool.
Yeah, the chain of events was really cool, and that's when we sacrificed the scientists. They're like, throw a body or fight these guys. They're like, fuck you, scientists.
Here's the helicopter. Sacrifice an ally and not have to fight. And I was like, well, we have 4 girls and the scientist. Bye, scientist.
Yes. Yep. And then the bottle rocket from the very first car.
2 more zombies show up. Do you have the improvised rocket launcher?
Yeah. Oh, I do. Boom.
Which also signals the chopper.
Yes.
And so the chopper goes.
Yes. And then that's when we saw that it was just, hey, we don't have any time. Give us the girl.
Here's a DNA scanner.
Yes. And we were like, what the fuck is going on? And what was so great is that because of that, and there are definitely clues throughout that are like I was saying, they're like, it's not this girl because we already tried her and she fucked up.
All the girls had serial numbers.
Yes.
And during all the cassette tapes and nudie magazines and other ways, you could learn about how long these girls had been in captivity or been kidnapped or were planning on being shipped out when and where, and certain numbers that they had on them, who they could or could not be.
Yep.
And then you realize at the top of all of the girls' cards is like the little DNA symbols.
We did not notice them at all until we saw the DNA scanner and we see that. And what was so great is that we actually did it the wrong way at first.
So we're like, oh, this isn't her.
Right girl.
Yes.
But you're supposed to do like the bottom of the DNA scanner with the top of the girl's card, and I did it with the other way around, so it didn't match.
You turned the girl's card around and put that on top of the DNA scanners. And so they were obviously nothing matched, and we're like, oh man, we really fucked. We even started reading the mission failure, and then I was like, wait.
I wanted to know which girl it was, and I was like, no, that's none of them match. That's weird. And then I did it the right way, and I was like, no, stop.
We
got it right.
We got it right. What was our final conclusion to why she was
Marcy?
the correct one?
All right, so
She
it was.
wasn't an orphan.
She wasn't an orphan.
So that eliminates one.
Yes. One was 19, and we knew that Marcy was 17.
So that eliminated the other.
And then the other
One girl had been there for too long,
Yes.
and Marcy hadn't been there. So
Yes.
those were, I think, were the clues that we should have put together.
And so there was also the fact that when we found Marcy in the woods next to the scientists were trying to get her out of the city by going through the woods, and he ended up dying.
Because she was promising in their experiments or something?
No, I don't.
No, it's that he knew that she was special or something like that. And
I don't
everybody
know
else,
anything about that.
everybody else was already on their way to, like, so the one in the hotel helipad is up there, and then the one in the bunker is, they just sort of kept her away in there for a while.
She wasn't useful.
And
Yes.
the other one was in the police station.
Police station, yes.
Handcuffed.
Yes.
The scientist that had Marcy had an axe to the chest. though.
Yes.
So that was weird.
It was.
Yeah, never really figured that out.
So, but yeah, I know for me, what convinced me was in the nudie mags, 347 was written on there, and her numbers were the only ones that had 3, 4, and 7 in there. And looking at her old picture, the part of her hair. That's what, because we were stuck between two, and I was just like, this is what my gut's telling me because of these random things.
Pretty skeptical.
No,
There, but
And our almost failure then turned success.
Yes.
Had probably the coolest ending
Yeah.
That's
where they take her on the helicopter
Yeah.
and they're like, we only got room for one.
So,
Bye,
Bye.
everyone else. And the ending is basically, well, things look grim for you and anyone else with you.
and then you slowly wake up back in
Yeah, exactly.
the Time Stories lab.
yeah.
I only imagined that we were stuck there until we died
Yeah.
and we're fighting off
Stuck
and the
in our-
zombies. And
yeah.
we thought we had all these girls and we're going to get like a really cool ending. And we're like, oh, we saved everyone.
Nope. Didn't matter at all.
It's not really room for one. You're all dead. Bye.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But Bob was really happy.
He was. And also kind of creepy.
Made Bob happy
He's got a
one
weird
time.
smile.
He was not happy at any point in the asylum for us.
No.
We took way too long. He was pissed.
Which I feel was really hard. Like,
Yes.
that one only had 3 tries you could try.
Yeah.
And it was...
This one, you could
It
just
was
keep
especially
trying.
You just keep
First
trying,
one,
and
yeah.
which I liked it too.
Yeah.
It was just
Which,
like,
yeah,
and it makes sense because technically, if you took a girl up there 4 times, you took a different one. It would just take 4 times at the maximum.
What was there a retry when we failed and got the wrong girl?
No,
I don't
it
think
was,
so.
It was the
that would have been the
It
end.
was just
Yeah.
end, mission end.
no, it would have been like this is not the wrong girl.
No,
This is
I'm
the wrong
pretty sure it
girl.
was mission end.
Yeah.
This is the wrong girl mission. Because you can't leave
Pretty sure.
that rooftop.
Pretty sure.
No, it just reset.
Well,
I
yeah, so
didn't think it
the
res-
mission would end and then we have to reset the whole
Oh,
Okay,
so
that's
no,
what I thought. That's what I was.
Yeah, I thought it ended.
Yeah, so we would have to
I thought
No,
reset
we
the
said
whole
it's just
scenario.
you didn't find the right girl. Remember that's when he was mocking us.
An
It's just
orphan?
like, oh, an orphan? Really? She's 19? Are you sure about
Oh,
that?
you're right.
He was
Try
really
it again.
condescending.
He was really...
Really condescending.
Angry Bob was the best.
Yes. So what did you think of this one overall?
So this one,
I just don't like
as
zombies.
People should know Adrian is very pro zombie.
they should, because if they're listening to this, they should have listened to the first 3 main episodes where I've raved
Or
about
7, I
zombie
don't know.
games, or
Whatever
7, or
it's
however many episodes. But yeah, no, I love zombies. So this one was one, especially we finished Asylum, and Zach was like, "Oh, next is Marcy Case, and it's zombies." And I got really excited because I liked Marcy Case, or I liked Asylum, and I was like, "Oh man, all of that plus zombies would be even better." Ultimately, not my favorite. There were things I liked about it. I liked the zombie theme. I liked some of the combat. I liked that it was more combat oriented than the first one. The first one I thought was a little under.
Yeah.
This one I felt was, initially I was like, sweet, there's more combat.
That's too much
After we
combat.
played through it, it was too much combat.
It wasn't too bad the first 1 or 2 runs
Mhm.
when you're doing like run 3 and you're like, we know what we're supposed to do, but now we have to waste time
Yep.
with these assholes.
Yeah.
This one was the worst for a lot of it, not having a lot of guidance. I felt for a lot of it we were kind of guessing. We were like, well, where should we go next? I guess we'll go here. I guess we'll go there. Like, it didn't. The first one, there was enough of a story thread that you picked up on early about maybe we should check this out, maybe we should check that out, maybe we should go there. This one, there were a couple times where I was like, all right, well, we finished that. Well, where the fuck do we go now?
For me, I would view it as, because when we started it, when we started the Asylum, we had no idea what we were supposed to do. We were just find whatever this is, and then so it was like, hey, there's these things going on. Ooh, we should check this out.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, we started off with knowing we have to save Marcy. We don't know who she is, and so, but you got to save her. And so we see all these girls, and I think it's also because I know I was definitely part of it. Convinced the group we should try and save all the girls because obviously there's going to be something good for it.
Yeah.
And so there are a lot of times where we could have been a bit more focused on like
that didn't really come up though until that third final run where we tried to save them all.
Yeah.
The second run, we felt we had narrowed some out, and so we kind of ignored those girls.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is that on the third one we would have been a bit more streamlined on it, but because I was just like, there's all these girls that we got to save. Why? Of course you're gonna want all of them.
Yeah.
So
we couldn't find where our next step was for a little while.
Yeah.
Because you had to go to the lab. You had to discover the lab.
Yeah.
To be able to discover the radio.
Yes.
To be able to
play the two tapes.
Play the tapes. That really just gave you clues
about which girls.
Yep.
Yes. And then you needed the guy to get you in the lab.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you pretty much had to go from. We needed the guy to get into the bunker. Because you pretty much had to go from the lab where you get him immediately to the bunker so you can get in and then get that cure before he dies.
Yes.
Like, if you go almost anywhere else, he's probably going to die before you get to the bunker.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, your thoughts overall on this particular module?
I didn't like that there wasn't a lot of characters.
Yeah, weak point in my opinion.
Yeah. It was fun overall. I really liked the art. Probably second place after the third module's art. The different options you had, because you could almost do something for everything in two different ways.
Yeah.
You didn't need to just do it one way for almost anything. The allies were cool.
Yep.
There's a couple different ones. There was the convict, the lab guy,
and all the girls.
The girls didn't do anything.
Well, no.
The fisherman did something.
Yeah.
Right.
If you didn't know that there was a heliport at the end of the river, we went there a couple times. But there was cool things like if you had consumables, you could use those to help you through the river faster.
Yes.
Yeah, like the gas can.
Yeah, gas can and the fisherman because he knows the way.
Yep.
And using those tokens to try and get yourself through the river faster.
Yes.
Environments were pretty thematic.
Yeah.
Police station had a lot of zombies and stuff in it.
And I also had the reset button that I really wanted to press, but
There
I'm
was
glad
a button that we were like, don't you dare!
But it's a button. Buttons are
I
made to
put
be
the
pressed.
stop to that. Like, no, you will not press a button. Like,
We had
do
gotten
not
the
do it.
correct radio frequency
Yep,
off
we
the
are
police
set.
chief's computer,
Yep.
called the helicopter, and then there was a button that would have totally reset that whole process.
And it pretty much straight up said, this is a reset button.
No,
and Zach was still
it
like,
didn't.
It said no. It did say reset on it.
It was an alarm button.
It was
or
an
something.
alarm button and it said reset. But I was like, is it going to reset? Like, maybe it's going to help us with something else?
Yeah.
But
Which is like the problem we get in
Exactly,
everything in this game. Is like, well, it's sketchy, but maybe it's not.
Mhm.
The
Like
bunker code was
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Had its own little codex.
it was
side.
pretty much the only real thing that felt super puzzly,
Yeah.
which is one of the things I liked about the first one is there were a lot of puzzles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really only had the code puzzle in this one.
The only disappointing thing was the guy that was like the survivor leader at the high school. Like both ways you did it, it was the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which made us think like you had a cool M60 machine gun, but then if you like were aggressive with it, you was just like, here's all the same information as if we had given you like 7,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think also this one got hurt a little bit by the fact that because we actually split it up into two different plays,
Yeah.
Sessions.
sessions, that the second one we sort of muddled a couple of the places. We were like, no, we had to talk to him because he told us this location, or he told us how to get this thing, and then you go talk to him, he's like, oh, he told us something that we already knew. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the hotel, for its importance in, like, everyone pointing at it and being like, oh, yeah, the hotel's got all the bad guys, and it wasn't really.
No.
There was a really cool abomination
It
zombie
was.
guy. And a girl.
Yep.
Who's not the correct girl?
No.
But take notes.
Yeah. So apparently there's another note upstairs. There's a zombie that's hanging on a noose.
Uh-huh.
You have to fight. Yeah. That's the one where I was just like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. There was another note behind that.
Oh.
And was that like the last clue for
That would have told us the
girl?
last girl, I think.
Gotcha.
Okay, because we were between two girls that it
Yeah.
could have been. We just didn't have enough information
Exactly,
on either of them
yeah.
to really
Beauty
decide.
magazine saved
Yes.
the day.
Yeah.
Megan, your thoughts?
Pretty much like everyone else. I enjoyed it. Wasn't my favorite though.
Yeah.
The combat in the beginning was quite fun. It was nice to actually have things to fight. Until you got in the catacombs and the other one, there was just nothing really to fight except for the occasional griffin running around.
Right, and bullies.
I think by the third playthrough, we were definitely just like, all right, let's go here. We have to do this, this, this. All right, go here. Let's do this, this, this. And it lost that like storytelling mechanic a little
Yeah,
bit, and so I think
definitely.
that also took away from the funness of it.
Yeah.
So I think because we'd gone to a lot of locations, and we're just like, I don't know, let's just finish this and get done with it. So that I think took away from it a bit, and I do agree. I was kind of bummed that there were less characters because. It's fun to play different people, and if people don't want to give up their people to rotate, then you're stuck with the, same person that you don't want. But the zombie aspect of it was really cool. I like the theme of it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really a fun part of it, and it was really, easy to get into that part of it. Like, all right, we gotta go fight the zombies and find this. So it had merits like that for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that has been our review of Time Stories Module 2, the Marcy Case. Marcy Case, right,
Yes.
Zach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds right.
Looking for you to confirmation.
Oh, okay.
Not.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll have another follow-up for the Prophecy of Dragons after one of our other episodes. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Mile High Game, guys. We'll catch you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Punchboard Media,
where we all
Bring something
to the table.
pull up a chair
at punchboardmedia.com.